39-year-old Emmanuel Macron won the French presidential election on the 7th of May 2017, making him the youngest president ever in the history of France. Five years later, though, his centrist coalition lost its absolute majority, resulting in a hung parliament. He formed France's first minority government in nearly 3 decades. It's been nearly 2 years, and in all of his nearly 7-year-long rule, Emmanuel Macron has been able to create a strong bond with Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. In his first presidency, while the French Premier paid only one visit to India along with his better half in March 2018, Prime Minister Modi was in France twice. As part of his 4-nation tour, Prime Minister Modi was in Paris in June 2017. A little over 8 months later, when the Macrons came to Delhi, their Indian host took them on a tour to Agra, Mirzapur and Varanasi, while the two inked 14 intergovernmental deals in the capital city. Most important among them were reciprocal logistics support between the respective armed forces of the two countries, joint strategic vision of the India-France cooperation in the Indian Ocean region, and the India-France joint vision for space cooperation. India was hosting an international summit on solar power, and Prime Minister Modi took President Macron to Mirzapur to inaugurate a 100-megawatt solar power park built by the French firm Engie.
Mr. Prime Minister, you made a dream, and we did it. It was about this international solar alliance. It was 2 years ago, it was just an idea at that time, and we decided all together to act very concretely. And today is a big chance.
Nearly a year and a half later, the Prime Minister of India was in France once again in August 2019 at the special invitation of President Emmanuel Macron for the 2019 G7 summit. India was one of the Goodwill partners. The two leaders met for a bilateral meeting in the historic chateau in Chantilly. It paved the way for the India-France roadmap on cybersecurity and digital technologies and 4 other agreements. Right after President Macron took over his second term, the Indian Prime Minister was in Paris during a 3-nation Europe tour in May 2022. They hugged and had a tete-a-tete at the French President's official residence at the Elysee Palace. It was a meeting that deepened their bonhomie, overcoming an age gap of 27 years. The next year, when Prime Minister Modi came to Paris to attend the Bastille Day military parade, where a tri-service Indian military contingent also participated, he was awarded with the Legion of Honor, the highest civilian award of France. And they hugged each other at the Champs-Élysées. French President Emmanuel Macron met his Indian friend only 2 months later during the G20 summit at Delhi. They recalled 6 decades of India-France space cooperation. India was basking in the glory of the successful Chandrayaan-3 launch. Emmanuel Macron's return to India within 3 months as the chief guest of the 75th Republic Day celebration reveals the warmth of the Indo-French friendship developed in the decade-long rule of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is the second French president to grace as chief guest in the Indian Republic Day celebration since François Hollande in 2016.